A giggle, soft, almost innocent, but laced with something foreign, something that didn't belong to us. I had just stepped into our apartment after a long day at work when I heard it. My wife, Emily, sitting at the kitchen table, her phone screen glowing, her laughter low and secretive. The kind of laugh I hadn't heard in months, not directed at me, at least. She didn't notice me at first, the way she clutched her phone, the slight curl of her lips, the way she giggled again, her fingers flying over the screen. I felt a cold, creeping dread settle in my stomach. "What's funny?" I asked, keeping my tone casual. Emily jolted, nearly dropping her phone. "Oh, just a funny meme Sarah sent me," she said too quickly, locking her phone and placing it face down on the table. Sarah, her best friend. A convenient excuse. I nodded, forcing a smile, but the seed of doubt had been planted. Over the next few weeks, things became different. Emily, once open and affectionate, now guarded her phone like it held state secrets. Late-night texts. Sudden, unexplained trips to the store that took hours. The way she smiled at nothing when she thought I wasn't looking. Then the delivery happened. A sleek black box arrived at our doorstep, one I hadn't ordered. Curious, I picked it up, examining the sender, a luxury brand I knew she loved but always claimed was too expensive. "Babe, your package came," I called out, placing it on the counter. Emily rushed in from the bedroom, her face lighting up before she saw me holding it. Her fingers clenched the edge of her sweater. "Oh, yeah. It's just something I ordered for myself." I studied her. "With what money?" She hesitated, just for a second, but in that moment, I knew she wasn't using our money. And when she turned away, biting her lip, shoulders tense, I saw it, the ghost of a smile, a barely suppressed giggle. That was the moment I knew for certain. Emily was cheating. I didn't confront her right away. No. I needed proof. So I became a ghost in my own home, quiet, observant, watching from the shadows. She grew bolder, thinking I suspected nothing, leaving her phone unattended for mere seconds while she showered. That was all I needed. The first message I saw hit like a gut punch. "Can't wait to see you again. Last night was incredible. You're amazing, baby." My vision blurred. My pulse pounded in my ears. Then his name, Nathan. Coworker. Younger. Smug. The one she swore she barely spoke to. I scrolled, my stomach twisting with each message, details of secret lunches, hotel receipts, a goddamn pet name, Angel. I clenched my jaw, rage rising in my throat, but I didn't break. Not yet. If she thought she could betray me and get away with it, she had another thing coming. I played along, smiled at her, kissed her goodnight, pretended nothing had changed. Meanwhile, I prepared. I compiled everything, screenshots, messages, pictures, proof so damning she wouldn't be able to deny a thing. And then I planned my revenge. Emily and Nathan worked at the same firm, a prestigious one that prided itself on integrity and professionalism. A place where affairs, especially between co-workers, could ruin careers. So I drafted a letter, not to Emily. To HR. To their boss. To Nathan's fiancée. Yeah, the idiot was engaged. But I didn't send it just yet. No, the final blow had to be public. Emily had a big presentation coming up, one that would put her in front of the entire company. She had spent weeks preparing for it. It was everything to her. That morning, I kissed her cheek as she left, my stomach curling at the betrayal she didn't know I had uncovered. Then I struck. At precisely 10 a.m., as she stood in front of her colleagues, I had a special delivery sent to her office, a black envelope. Inside, every single screenshot, every damning detail, sent to her boss, her coworkers, Nathan's fiancée. She called me an hour later, sobbing, her voice shaking. "How could you? How could I?" I cut her off, my voice ice. How could you, Emily? Silence. Then choked breathing. Please, we can talk about this. I let out a bitter laugh. We're past talking. Enjoy your new life, Angel. And then I hung up. Emily lost her job. Nathan was fired. His fiancée left him in a spectacular fashion, publicly, angrily, and with a slap that echoed across their office lobby. And me? I walked away, free. For the first time in months, I could finally breathe. The silence in our apartment was deafening. Emily had been gone for 2 days after the letter went out. She didn't come home, not right away. Maybe she thought disappearing would make it all go away, that if she avoided me long enough, I'd somehow forget. But I didn't. I spent those 2 days in quiet reflection, no anger, no regrets. Just a strange, liberating calm. The kind that comes when you know justice has been served. Then, on the third night, I heard the door creak open. Soft footsteps. A hesitant pause. I didn't move from my seat on the couch. I kept my back to her. The dim glow of the lamp cast long shadows across the room. You actually came back, I said, voice devoid of warmth. A sniffle. A shaky breath. I didn't know where else to go. I turned my head slightly, just enough to see her standing there, disheveled, eyes swollen, clutching a duffel bag like a lifeline. For the first time, she looked small. How noble, I said dryly, standing up. Her lip trembled. Please, just let me explain. I let out a short, humorless laugh. Explain? You mean lie, like you've been doing for months? She flinched. Good. Emily shuffled forward, reaching for me like some tragic heroine in a movie. I made a mistake. I was stupid, but I love you. I swear. I took a step back. Don't insult me, I snapped. You didn't make a mistake, Emily. You made a choice. Repeatedly. You laughed at your secret messages while I sat across from you at dinner. You snuck out like some giddy teenager while I worked to build a future for us. Her breath hitched. And the worst part? I cut her off, my voice dangerously calm. You didn't even feel guilty. She broke then, tears spilled over, her knees buckling as she dropped onto the couch. I lost everything, she sobbed, burying her face in her hands. My job, my friends, my reputation. You lost me, I said. Her head snapped up. No. Yes, I said, my voice cold. And that's the only thing you should be crying about. She sobbed harder. I felt nothing. For a moment, she just sat there, gasping between choked sobs. Then, as if in some pathetic last-ditch effort, she looked up with those tear-filled eyes. Can we try again? She whispered. Can we fix this? I exhaled slowly, tilting my head. Would you have fixed it if I never found out? Silence. That was all the answer I needed. I walked to the door, pulled it open, and stepped aside. You have 10 minutes to grab whatever you need. Then you leave. And don't come back. Her face crumbled. Please don't do this, she begged. 10 minutes. She saw it then, the finality, the wall between us that she had built with every text, every giggle, every lie. Her sobs turned quiet. Then, with slow, defeated movements, she stood and walked to the bedroom. She didn't take long. Maybe she realized there was nothing left here for her. As she passed me at the door, she paused, eyes pleading. I never wanted to hurt you. I stared at her, unblinking, unmoved. But you did. Then, without another word, I shut the door in her face. And just like that, I was free. It's been 6 months. Emily tried to reach out a few times, pathetic attempts to claw back what she lost. I ignored every one of them. I heard she left town, that her reputation was in shambles, that no one trusted her anymore. As for me, I was better than ever. A new city, a new job, a new life, free from deception. And one night, as I sat in my new apartment, watching the city lights from my balcony, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time: peace. For the first time in months, I could finally breathe.